you say, I can do this, I can do this, and you fight, and you do what your doctor says, whatever he says you do,
Right.
and you make sure that you eat well. That's one of the main things for a cancer patient, is to eat if you are able.
To get your strength up.
Yeah, because like I said, your immune system is what keeps you going. It fights diseases. Well, if it gets the cancer in there, and especially in the lymph nodes, which pretty much are all over your body, then it's broken down, and you have to feed that body in order for it to live.
Yeah.
And I could not taste due to the chemotherapy, and but still I knew I had to eat, so I would just put it in my mouth and chew and swallow, and it pulled me through. Just doing that kept my body strengthened to where I could fight the disease itself.
For me and the viewing audience that's watching it by the way of TV and listening by the way of radio, explain to us what chemotherapy, how that process works. Is it injected? Do they surround you with something? How does it work?
First of all, it's a very strong medication. The type that I had was CHOP-R. I actually took one medication. It was like 8 different medications combined. You get it IV, and it is so strong, Jonathan, that if you get it on your skin, it could, it's like an acid. It would actually just burn through the skin. So I had a port put in just underneath the skin and up here, and they use that to put the medication through IV, and it takes about 5 to 6 hours to get the complete treatment. And of course, my doctor, he was just so great. He gave me anti-nausea medicine, which worked great. And chemotherapy is rough. There's different kinds of treatments of chemotherapy, and I had the worst. And that's why I can actually say I'm a survivor, and I thank God for it. It caused my hair to come out. I had very long hair, and hair is important to a lady. And but as you can see, it's coming back. So God has given me my hair back and my health back, and I go for 2 years, every 2 months, for preventive treatment, and that just helps the cancer from reoccurring again.
Exactly.
Yes, and if it does reoccur, they can treat it again. It is
people
treatable.
do not realize, Ernestine, how many types of cancer is out there. If a lady gets herself screened, in times she can prevent, like breast cancer.
Yes.
You've got skin cancer, colon cancer for a lot of the men out under the sound of her voice. Get tested, get screened, have daily checkups, or monthly checkups, or things like that.
Yeah, your body talks to you. With the type of cancer that I had, there's no big blown out symptoms. The main symptoms are your lymph nodes swollen, and but they're painless. And you will have night sweats, shortness of breath. Actually, the shortness of breath is what had me to go to the doctor and say, hey, I can't breathe, because I'm a gospel singer, and I just could not breathe. Did not have enough breath to sing a song. So they kept chasing that down. Took them 2 years, 6 cardiologists, and just one doctor right after the other. And finally, God put me in the right hands, and they found it. But your body will talk to you if you will listen. Anything that's abnormal that you haven't had, you listen and you go and get it checked out, because it could be just a very small thing that would lead into something as far as cancer that can cause death.
Right.
And there's tons and tons of different cancer out there. I could not even start to tell you the names of them, but get checked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people don't realize the pain and the agony that people go through that's taking these treatments and stuff. You got the will to survive, and you got the fight for life, and people don't realize that this is a process. You know, you just don't go in one day and you get out and everything's fine.
Exactly. You've got to go through, well, I'll take myself, for instance, I can use myself as an example. I went through 6 months of treatment, and every 3 weeks I had a treatment, and mine was double because I lived so far away, and to keep me from going back twice a week, you know, he just doubled my treatments, which made it worse on me. But now I have 2 years, as I said, preventive treatments, but it is a process, and you've got to start with it and stick with it.
All right.
If you give up, then you may lose your life. If you just say, I've heard people say, Jonathan, before, I can't take these treatments. I had my own nephew said, I don't know how you did it. I can't handle it anymore. It's just too rough. And he gave up. So, you know, God called him home. And but it was his time to go.